Hi, I'm Terry Hollands and this is Backstage Live presented by The Beard Struggle. We're here today reporting from the hotel poolside during the strongmen's rest day. Yesterday we had an absolutely crazy finish to round out the qualifying groups. There were some crazy results in the stone off. It was an amazing event, and let's take a look at Group 1 after the stone off. So qualifying from that group we have Tom Stoltman and Gabriel Raum. Gabriel and Kevin Ferrers had an amazing stone off. Really went to battle, and Gabriel coming out on top, making his first final in his first year at World's Strongest Man. So yeah, Tom Stoltman and Gabriel making it through that qualifying group. We caught up with Gabriel straight after the Atlas Stones. So from Group 1 we've got Gabriel Raum going through, winning the stone off. Fantastic effort there, first World's Strongest Man, first final.
Yes, that's awesome.
Mate, great performance there, obviously going against someone as tough as Kevin. You did fantastically well. We talked a little bit earlier in the week about you filling JF's shoes. I'm sure he'd be really proud of you back home in Canada.
I just saw him on the phone with my brother, and he congrats me for being in the finals.
Okay, so in the finals, what event's good for you? What's bad?
The yokes, that's like in the Caliph, that's one of my good events. And the deadlift is probably my worst event, but I did pretty well. I did a 30-pound PR on the deadlift in the loading in the Caliph, so I hope to do a great performance on that in the finals.
Well, you've obviously trained really hard. You've come in great shape. Congratulations on making the final, and I wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Well done. So next up we've got Group 2 after 6 events. So after the qualifying's done, we've got Mitchell Hooper going through, winning the group on debut. Fantastic performance from Mitchell. Brian Shaw just sneaking through by the skin of his teeth, going up against Bobby Thompson on the stones. Bobby had a really unfortunate time on the stones, didn't even get the first stone. There was obviously some sort of tacky malfunction from his equipment, but Brian getting through that. You know, great to see Brian making the final and kind of proving why he's one of the all-time greats. His back was against the wall and he still made it through. After the Atlas Stones, we caught up with Brian. Okay, so I'm here with Brian Shaw, just made it through on the stones in the stone off against Bobby Thompson. Just one quick question. Do you think it's the fact that you're such a sweaty monster, it made the stone slippery for Bobby and he wasn't able to lift it because of that?
I love how you set that question up. That was really good. Everybody at home, Terry Hollands. No, I don't think I'm a sweaty monster. That
you are.
I mean, I'm sweating a little bit now, but yeah. I wouldn't have had that good of an opportunity to get the stone that wet. So yeah, I think it's just a case of the wrong tacky potentially there, and we'll see what happens with the rest of the groups, because if the wrong tacky gets on the stones, you know how that goes, and some of these guys in group maybe 4 and 5 might be in for a little bit different surprise.
Yeah, I mean, let's be serious now. You made it hard for yourself, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Getting through to the final, and obviously, it's the first time you've ever had to do the stone off, but you're in the final again. Sure. It's all points back to 0. You still got a great chance of winning.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the final events are what I really prepped hard for coming in here, and I didn't think that the qualifier would play out the way that it did, but it did. And I got in the stone off, and if nothing else, really and truly, I'm very happy I got to tacky up, because the conditions here with we've had some clouds today, and it's been a little bit cooler, but then it heats up. The tacky, it definitely changes. So I learned something today. I think it'll be very valuable in the final potentially. But like you said, back at 0. We got 6 more events here to go on, and I feel really good.
I mean, to be honest, Brian, you've proved why you're one of the greats. Your back was against the wall, and you still made it through and pulled it out of the bag when you needed to. So congratulations, and good luck for the final.
Appreciate it, brother. Thank you.
I think I'm really lucky that me and Brian are such good friends. I can have a little joke with him like that. Obviously, wouldn't want to upset him, would you? He's a giant of a man. But next up, Group 3. Alexei Novikov winning the group, looking fantastic the whole way through. Again, showing why he was World's Strongest Man in 2020. Trey Mitchell beating Adam Bishop on the Atlas Stones. They really went at it, had a real good battle. I believe it was around 4 or 5 reps on the 200 kilo stone they had to do to get through that. But what a fantastic battle between the two of them. Both fantastic stone lifters, but Trey coming out on top. We caught up with Trey after the stone off. Okay, so I'm here with Trey. He's got through on the stone off. Trey, we knew coming into this you're a fantastic stone lifter, and not to bet against you, and you delivered when you needed to.
Thank you so much, Terry. Yes, stone is one of my favorite events, and it's in every competition now, so you got to be good at it.
Yeah. So what's the plan for tomorrow? What's on the agenda? What will you do to wind down, relax for the day?
Take a couple of ice baths, get a massage here and there, and just be as fresh as I can be going into the finals.
Perfect. Well, I mean, great job today. You really came through strong when you needed to. Good luck for the final, and I hope you do really well.
Thank you so much, Terry.
Thank you. So, Group 4, no real surprise. Martin's winning the group. Fantastic performance for every event, the whole way through the heat. He looked in supreme form, really looking to reclaim that title after having a couple of years off through injury. Again, another great battle between Maxime and Pablo, both looking fantastic, both getting a good few reps on the 200 kilo stone. But Maxime was sort of clearly looking the stronger of the two on the last stone. And he came out on top. We were lucky enough to catch up with Maxime after the stone off. Okay, so getting through Group 4 on the Atlas stones in the stone off, Maxime Boudreau, fantastic performance, making the final yet again. Third place last year, can you go one or two spots better?
My goal this year is just to stand the podium with the heavy hitters that are back. Of course, it's always try to get better as a third place, but I'll do my best and see what happens.
Yeah, you really came strong towards the end of the competition there and really put in some great performances. And it was great to see you on the stones. Great battle there with Pablo. It was really enjoyable to watch.
Yeah, no, it was good, and I knew he had heart and he wanted to fish, trying to kick me out, but I was just getting warmed up as well, and it's really grateful to train stone every week because it's always in World's Strongest Man. It's a really important event.
Yeah. Well, fantastic performance, mate. Good luck for the final. I wish you the best, and I really hope you do well.
Perfect. Thanks a lot, Terry. Thanks.
Last up, we got Group 5. Luke Stoltman winning the group, looking absolutely amazing, was in dominating form the whole way through the qualifying heats. We had I4 against Coco in the Atlas Stones. I4 coming out on top, getting his second final in a row and really cementing himself among the elite in strongman. We caught up with I4 earlier. So getting through Group 5 on the Atlas Stones, I4, second final in a row. How do you feel?
I feel amazing. I'm really looking forward to going through the finals and do better than last time. Keep on climbing the ladder.
Yeah, I saw you over at Europe's Strongest Man earlier in the year, and I know you'd had a bit of a sickness bug and you've been a bit unwell this year. Have you prepared well for World's Strongest Man?
Yeah, the preparation, I've worked super hard, but I have had some setbacks here and there, but I believe I'm stronger than last year, and like I say, I keep climbing the ladder.
Well, I think you were perhaps a surprise package last year. Coming in this year, it was kind of like almost everyone was kind of overlooking you a little bit, but you've come out here, proved again that you deserve to be in the final of World's Strongest Man, and I think it's fantastic that you've made it again.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Congratulations, mate. I wish you the best of luck for the competition. Thanks. So the 10 guys advancing to the final. We've got Maxime Boudreau, Mitchell Hooper, I4 Ingolfton Melstead, Martins Lysis, Trey Mitchell, Alexei Novikov, Gabriel Reum, Brian Shaw, Luke Stoltman and Tom Stoltman. So this off day between the heats and the final is so crucial to the guys. All the guys like to spend their rest day differently. We've got a couple of them just over there relaxing by the pool. Some of the guys will just be relaxing in their room. Some of them will be doing a little bit of mobility work, going out for a walk, things like that. We caught up with the guys earlier to find out what they do on their day off.
Unfortunately, there's not as much downtime as I would like.
I lead a very basic life.
Simple stuff, basic stuff.
I have probably 4 hours a week where I can do nothing.
Always staying. Today. All day.
Watch TV, watch some movies.
I'm also a big movie buff. I am a big fan of just going to the movies or staying in at home and watching some on like Netflix or Amazon Prime.
Watching Netflix,
watching the movies.
I see anime, Japanese anime.
I play with my kids. I have 2 sons, 4 years old or 8 years old.
Going up to the mountains, being with my family, just spending time. I really, really enjoy that.
I like to walk the dogs and spend time with my fiance.
I used to enjoy playing golf. Unfortunately, I've got a little bit too big for that in the last couple of years.
I do things that make me happy. That include spending time with family, my friends, my wife. Yeah, doing what I'm doing today.
I usually go sauna, swimming pool, massage, and then do nothing. Pretty much trying to move as little as possible.
lay around.
Sitting, sleeping.
Absolutely nothing, and I love doing that.
For me, one of the best way for relax, it's lay in my bed. It's really good.
Of course, none of this would be possible if it wasn't for our sponsors, the Beard Struggle. Let's hear a word from them now.
This is Eddie the Beast Hall. We asked him what he'd really like for Father's Day.
What I really want for Father's Day, the most important thing to have around me is family. Being a father, a friend, these are the best gifts a man can get. There's one thing I'd really like for Father's Day. Thanks, buddy. Have a nice day, man.
The Father's Day gift set.
Now this is the perfect Father's Day gift. Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Order online now from thebeardstruggle.com.
If you want to get 20% off with a Beard Struggle, scan the QR code on the screen to get your 20% off. Obviously, rest days are important when it comes to training and obviously between the heats and the final. But another thing that's really important is your nutrition when it comes to competing in strongman. We were lucky enough to head over to the Trifecta Kitchens earlier to catch up with Nathan Payton, who's a nutritionist for 5 of the guys in the final, and Chef Scott. We're here today reporting from Trifecta Kitchen, where a lot of us strongmen get our food from. Obviously, when getting ready for World's Strongest Man, nutrition is a huge part of that preparation. We're going to head downstairs and meet with Nathan Payton, who's got 5 guys in the final of World's Strongest Man this year that he works with, and also Trifecta's very own Chef Scott. Okay, so we're now here in the official Trifecta Kitchen. I'm here with Nathan and Chef Scott to talk about all things health and nutrition for strongman. What we got here then, Scott?
We're going to do a couple of things here, Terry. Just, really wanted to emphasize the fact that, people in competition, they need fuel. Yeah. That's what it's all about. And to get to that caloric intake that requires you to fuel your body, it's a massive amount of food. So I think it's really interesting to understand how much you actually have to eat in order to fuel yourself to get into a goal, to get into shape according to a goal or a competition.
Yeah, I think some people sort of, obviously, we talked a little bit about it earlier, with regards to, nutrition for strongman, it's not normal. It is overeating, it is force feeding a lot of the time. So having nice food and stuff that you actually enjoy eating does make that force feeding a little bit more enjoyable.
Yeah. And from a professional point of view, we always want to make sure that people eat really good, flavorful food. So the notion of diet food and it's bland and it's boiled chicken and it's steamed broccoli, like those things just don't really matter anymore. And especially when you're in training for competition, you need fat. It's an essential part of what you need. So we went ahead and we made a couple of things. We got a chimichurri sauce, which is avocado oil based, lots of fresh herbs, chilies, lemon juice, and then I also made a quick lemon aioli, again, using egg yolks, avocado oil, lemon juice, lemon zest, and a little bit of seasoning. Just little things to finish, not only to make the food taste better, but to also give you the additional fat that you may need.
With my athletes, those fats, that both inflammatory and anti-inflammatory, and being able to manipulate that for the athletes is critical in my line of work, because either recovery or to enhance performance. There are times when you actually want to enhance the inflammatory action, say, of your workout. Fats can do that for you. There's times when you obviously want anti-inflammatory. That's when you want to recover. That's when you want the body to come back online.
It's interesting, and you said it right there. It's to prepare, perform, recover.
Absolutely.
That's the mindset to be in order to get into an ideal shape for either a competition or a goal. So I'm going to show you guys a real simple cooking technique that you can apply to just about any other protein or even vegetables. Really simple professional technique. We're going to sear, we're going to season, we're going to sear. Then we're going to baste, we're going to add some more flavor, fresh thyme, fresh garlic, and then we're going to allow the steak to actually finish, and then we're going to let it rest. Because as the steak cooks, it gets tired, so it needs a rest. And what that does is it just relaxes the meat. It keeps all the juices and flavor in there, right? And then it's just a better eating experience. So it just improves it. So Terry, if you don't mind, can you grab me that plate out of the refrigerator, please? Okay, that's hot enough. Super, thank you. So just got some simple ingredients: lemon, garlic, salt and pepper, fresh thyme. We just want to start with the beef. We always want to season with salt and pepper. I'm going to season both sides because we're going to eat both sides. The right amount just enhances the flavor of the food, and that's why we want to do it. So we're going to start off with a sear. on one side. I'm going to flip it over.
You're actually cooking in butter there, not an oil or anything. That's actually butter.
I started this one with avocado oil.
Okay.
You know, very popular, you know, for people that are training.
Yep.
Very light flavor, good fat. So we do a quick sear on that first, and then we're going to add a little bit of butter.
Yep.
See how we're getting some of that caramelization on the backside? Okay, that's what we're looking for.
Nathan, if you were to write someone a meal plan, a diet plan, would you account for the avocado oil and things like that, or would you just sort of, you know, just tell them to do it for the health benefits and not factor in the macros of that?
Typically for that, like with a strength athlete where the focus is more on enhancing their strength and their performance, I'm not as big on counting the calories. In fact, to be perfectly honest with you, I never count calories even when I design my clients' programs. It's strictly macro-based to ensure, because for myself, 1,000 calories per se from a steak is not the same physical impact as 1,000 calories from gummy bears. So calories in my world, useless. Macros, highly important. So absolutely, you know, and with those oils, with the health benefits, and especially in a scenario where you can combine your fat sources, so you've got a blend of different omegas, such as what the steak provides, combined with what the avocado oil is providing. That type of thing tends to be ideal for an athlete, because it's not just about the performance, it's also about ensuring that their health keeps up with it and keeping that antioxidant balance.
That's beautiful color right there. So we're going to take a couple of simple ingredients here. We got lemons, and we're just going to throw everything right in there. We got some whole garlic. Okay, we got fresh thyme. Just a really simple herb that we like to use. Okay, and you'll notice in a second you're really going to start to feel the aromas. Then we're just going to take a little scoop of unsalted butter, and we're going to add that in. And what we're essentially doing is we're going to brown the butter, which improves the flavor. We're going to baste the steak with it. Now we're capturing all the flavor from the lemons and the thyme and the garlic, and that's going to help flavor the steak. Okay, and then a really simple technique. We just want to kind of lift this up a little bit. You can see the butter is getting a little foamy and brown right there. That's what we're looking for. And then we're just going to do some simple basting. Again, heat up the lemon, get the oils, get the juice extracted into the actual steak itself to help flavor it. Then we're just going to take all the fresh herbs and put everything right on top. We want to get as much flavor in here as possible. Okay, and we'll just continue to baste. And then we're going to let it cook for about 2 more minutes. We're going to take it off and let it rest. We're going to leave everything on top of it. So again, as it's resting and cooling off, we want to get all the flavor out of the garlic, the lemon, the fresh thyme, and just force it right into the steak for an enhanced experience. So here's our finished steak. Okay, we got some steamed asparagus, white rice, sweet potato, steak, and then we used a little bit of our chimichurri sauce, again, the high-fat sauce. Avocado oil, fresh herbs, garlic, shallots. That's the only thing that's in it. Still a very basic meal, but we've added some complexity and technique without adding additional ingredients that could potentially be harmful while you're trying to fuel yourself. And that's the whole idea. And you can apply that to chicken and shrimp and cod and swordfish and steak, whatever you really want to use it. So if you guys want to, feel free, take a try.
Yeah, I'm going to take a try. It looks absolutely delicious, I've got to be honest.
Absolutely.
Again, trying to change the perception that, the performance food does not have to be boiled chicken breast and steamed broccoli.
Incredibly tender, and there's all the juice, exactly like you said, seared in.
Yeah, it's magnificent, to be fair. That tastes absolutely delicious. You can come and cook on my food. It's amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be hard because, yes, I'm professional, but you're busy. You're busy. People are busy. That's just the bottom line. So, especially with the convenience of the trifecta service. But if you can enhance that with a couple of things that also enhance performance and things like aiolis and chimichurris and, very simple things to make, then now you've had a culinary experience while you're still trying to fuel.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fantastic. You can make sauces that also add to the nutritional value of the food, which is brilliant. Obviously, just eating plain food is quite often, it's quite boring, let's be honest. So the fact that you're getting the extra flavour and then on top of that, getting the extra nutritional value is fantastic.
And in those really blend of ingredients too, with the rice combined with the steak and the asparagus, as you mentioned with the fats, the beautiful thing when you combine those types of fats with those rice is that it enables you to sustain that fuel for the client. So in my case, with a professional athlete, strongman, that fuel source is everything. So the more I can extend out their length of times they're operating in the fuel world is the better. So there you've got a perfect blend of the fats and the carbohydrates together to sustain that out compared to if the fats weren't present and it was solely the carbohydrates.
Yeah, and that's the easy way for me to say whatever you just said is that it just tastes better, right?
Absolutely.
And we're not using ingredients that discourage the macronutrients. Lemon juice, garlic, fresh herbs, things like that. They don't discourage any of the macro goals at all. They just add flavor.
Right.
I can't say I've ever had lemon on steak before, but you can taste it. It does really taste nice.
Good.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I just stole another bit, by the way.
When I wasn't looking.
Okay. So thanks very much for that, Chef Scott. I've got to say that the steak was absolutely amazing. You're welcome to come and cook for me anytime you like. Thank you very much, Nathan and Chef Scott, for both of your knowledge. Obviously, both very experienced in your fields. It's been fantastic. I'm sure people will have learned a lot from that. So thank you very much for that.
You want to arm wrestle?
Yeah, why not? Why not? So I've had a fantastic rest day so far. Been sitting here, chilling by the pool, chatting to a few of the guys. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific time, catching up on everything that's been going on in the final. This has been Backstage Live, presented by The Beard Struggle. Now it's time for me to jump in the pool.